Hey guys, welcome back to Defeating Hair Loss. My name is Steve. I've got Bobby D back. Bobby.
Yes, sir. Back again, Steve.
Welcome back, Bobby.
Thanks for having me.
Always looking so good. Man,
I try.
Jealous. You're killing me. How you been?
Been good, Steve. Yeah.
Been good?
No complaints.
Cool. You know, I wanted to do this by myself. I mean, I'm the only one, but I've got my model here, and I just love using him. So what I'm going to talk about tonight is kind of the whole customer service experience. Excuse me, customer service experience when it comes to getting hair transplant. Now, you can use whatever initials you want to use for me, OCD, ADD. I'm sure there's many others I have, and that's true. But it's all about perfection. It really is. It's all about, how do you feel when you're researching different clinics? We talked about that in many videos. We shared your experience. And how do you feel about, maybe some patients that you've either met, friends of yours, the industry itself. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot of information sometimes, too much information.
Very.
So when it really comes down to it, and I don't know if you remember, Bobby, and I'm not asking you to agree with me, of course. I always want you to be completely honest with our patients and viewers that are watching. But, I'm all about making sure that no one is ever going to get a surprise. So no one is going to walk into something like, wait a second, we didn't talk about that. So whether you're in, the country, in the US, or outside the country, or the state of where I try to find you one of these high-level doctors, it's very important to me because you're looking up to me, like you looked up to me. It's really important that I'm able to kind of guide you and point you in the right direction, knowing that what is going to happen on the day of the procedure. Fair enough?
Fair enough, Steve. Yeah.
So when it comes to, is the doctor using microscopes, is the staff using microscopes, is the doctor pleasant, did he come in a bad mood? I can't control all that stuff, but the doctors and clinics that I choose, they pretty much come to do their job every single day. Low volume, turning away most of the patients, not in a bad way, in a good way. And when you are ready to step up to that plate and have your hair transplant, it's going to be done right. Today, we're going to talk about the post-op next day, hair wash, and final check. So, Bobby, you had your work done with Dr. McGrath in Austin, Texas.
Yes, sir.
He's at the very top of my list of doctors that I really, really have confidence in that are going to make sure they take care of all these patients that are watching, potential patients that are watching. And when you came in for your transplant, you did this twice. Obviously, you knocked the cover off the ball. You look fantastic.
Appreciate it.
So tell us a little bit about, your experience, because it is a big day, it is a long day, it's an expensive day. And when we had talked about what it was going to be like, kind of walk through people when you get home, what you do, how, you have to sleep. Are you nervous? Do you look at it? I mean, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but tell us a little bit, take us through that.
Yeah, like you said, it was a long process, long surgery. Got out, it's pretty beat, it's an 8-hour surgery. So I just went back, mostly just relaxed, tried to sleep. Had my head up when I was sleeping, had one of those neck pillows, and tried to get as much sleep as I could. Next day, I came up here. The team did a great job. They did the hair wash. Felt really good. Felt like I was in good hands the whole time. Made me feel more reassured how the process went. And then from there, the rest was history. It turned out well.
So you felt, and again, not putting words in your mouth, but just from my side, because I don't remember ever getting hair washes and next day checks and stuff like that going way back when I was your age. It wasn't that anybody did anything wrong. I just think that, and credit to Dr. McGrath and McGrath Medical, that it's an elite service. So even though, oh, come on, Steve, you're in this video telling us about a hair wash? What does that have to do with the surgery? You're telling us about coming in the next day and saying, wow, you look great. What does that have to do with the surgery? Well, guess what? We're going to get into other videos about what patients may or may not be doing right or wrong post-operatively. One of the things you probably don't want to do is constantly look at your head and constantly compare it to others at this point on the internet. It'll drive you crazy.
Yep.
It'll drive any of us crazy. And that doesn't go for hair transplants. That could go for anything. The point is, when you go to the Fontainebleau in South Beach in Miami, you want to talk about customer service? You want to talk about how they treat people in the lobby? You want to talk about how they treat people at the pool? It's an amazing experience, and it's all about customer service. People are made to feel like they are something else, and they better be made to feel that because they're spending that kind of money. and that's in the resort and service industry. Here in Dr. McGrath's clinic, we're so lucky that we have Bobby as an example, and me, of course. You're treated like royalty. It's all about the patient. Everything that everybody does every day goes toward your success and your confidence post-operatively, so that you can then relax and just wait for this thing to heal, and then eventually wait for this thing to grow in. This goes for other clinics on that elite status as well. Bobby, did I leave anything out?
No.
Covered everything.
Sounded good to me, Steve.
And if you do everything right and come in for your hair wash, I get that kind of hair, right?
Maybe not. That's up there, Steve.
Hey, I hope this helps you, kind of put you at ease in knowing what you're getting into. Any questions, of course, comments, let us know. And of course, don't forget to like and subscribe.